Hey Peter, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I am doing great. Your self-titled album Extol released earlier this year and it was a damn good record. So I would like to know what were some of the best responses from friends and fans that you have received till now?
Um, yeah, we're just really overwhelmed that we've been the album has been received so well from everyone. After being away for many years, coming back,
Right.
it's not always you know you're not always welcome to come
True.
back.
True.
So I think it's been amazing, just all the good feedback we had, and also to hear that a lot of the fans really, um, yeah, get the same things from our music that we do.
Mm-hmm.
They understand what we've done and why we've done it, and yeah, that's cool.
Well, that's great. What elements of the album have the fans come to appreciate the most?
Well, I think many of the old fans have been, I think, really like that it's taken a little bit back to the roots,
Uh-huh.
more of the core of what Extol used to be, I
Right.
guess.
Right.
At the same time, many people say that they feel that this album is like it's got something from every album that we've released,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool because that's also what we were thinking, that this album should sort of represent our whole history, both
Mm-hmm.
musically and also lyrically, and yeah, so it's
That,
really pretty good.
that's really great. Now, the album at the same time is gaining very prestigious mentions in the list of best metal albums of 2013. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about these mentions?
Oh, it's of course awesome. It's we've worked really hard on the album. We spent many months writing it and making it perfect in our eyes and ears.
Hmm.
So to see the album on a lot of these lists is of course really cool.
That's
It's a
awesome.
big pat on the back for us.
Right, that's awesome. Now, you have performed your vocals on the album with tremendous amount of energy, anger, and ferocity. But you also suffer from tinnitus, which produces ringing in your ears, if I'm not wrong.
Yep,
So
you're correct.
that kind of prevents you from playing live shows. So how does it feel to not be able to put your work forward to the fans live?
It's
It's difficult, right?
It's difficult, of course, and I still haven't decided 100%. We might do some few shows,
Hmm.
but of course it's a little bit weird,
Right.
to do a new album finally and put so much energy into it, and it reaches almost the climax. Of
True.
course, the climax is to tour and play live shows and meet the fans and meet people, but then that doesn't happen.
Right.
So it's a little bit strange, and of course also for David and Ole, they would love to go on tour.
Hmm.
So I of course feel a little bit bad.
Right. Sometimes you must be feeling like, you must have come across days where you just want to shove everything aside and go off on the road.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But also I'm not 20 years anymore. I'm 34,
Right.
and I've got a family. I've got 2 kids. So yes, I do want to play live, but I don't want to be on the whole year. It's not going to happen. It wouldn't have happened anyway even if I didn't have the ring in my ears. It would be some smaller tours
Hmm.
here and there. So yeah, but hopefully we'll see what happens. We might do some few shows. It would be cool.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna try it to do it.
That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Now, this is one thing I have noticed from the earlier interviews which you have done. You were asked to define the meaning behind the name Extol, to which you said, if I may quote, Extol means to exalt, to lift up what you give glory to, and that's what we are about. We want to give God all the glory with our lives and with our music. in what ways, through your lyrical themes and music, do you manage to glorify God and religion?
In every way. All the lyrics that we write and that I write comes from my heart.
Mm-hmm. Lyrics always come from heart, isn't it?
No, they don't. They should do, but they don't. Many songwriters or lyricists, they write lyrics that doesn't come from their heart. Don't you agree? Like, do you really feel that all lyrics that you read and hear is something that has substance and that's something that comes from someone's heart?
Mm-hmm.
To me, when I hear a lot of lyrics, I just feel this is just nothing. This is nothing personal and nothing heartfelt or you know.
Which touches the soul.
Yeah. Anyway, no, yeah. So I mean, to me, being a Christian is something that influences everything in me. Mm-hmm. Whether it's me doing music or whether it's something else. And when I write lyrics, my perspective on every theme I write will of course have this angle and
right.
If you may call it, that's my faith, you know.
True.
So through everything I write, it's I want it to be, you know, to the glory for God.
That's great, because there must be some ground rules, you know, you keep in mind before writing new songs. I mean, a sort of a concept in mind or some sort of a theme which you have in your mind, which you basically, you know, keep progressing as you write songs.
Yeah, yes. I mean, it's usually when I sit down and start writing something, it's usually something that I've been thinking about a lot, you know, the last months, or something that happened to me, or something that happened to someone I knew, or, you know, something
right.
I read or whatever. And you go around thinking about these things, and when you just start writing, it's I guess my way of writing has some rules, you know, that I you know, sort of try to keep myself within. But yeah,
that's great, because, you know, growing up, you must have heard numerous bands with songs having anti-religious and God-hating lyrics.
Yeah, sure.
When was it that you first realized as a youngster that one can remain to be a Christian, write metal songs about God, and still make it to the top? Now, that lyrics don't always have to be dark and unholy to be metal.
Yeah. No, I mean, we tried, we had that focus from the very beginning. I was 14 years old, and I wanted to play metal, but I also wanted to talk about the love of God, the forgiveness of God, the light in darkness. You know, it was our vision from day one.
It's a mixture of what you feel for the God and you convey it through the music, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Now, I'm sure
I mean, for us, the music itself is extremely important, you know?
Right.
To make the best possible music that we can make and be the best at what we do. So the music itself stands for itself. It's not like, yeah, I mean...
Music is on the high priority.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, these things go hand in hand, you know?
Exactly. You and metal music go way back. Well, not just metal, I mean, you must have grown up listening to a variety of musical genres. Now, can you tell us something about the musicians and the bands that you grew up listening to?
Yeah, I listened to a lot of different stuff, but when we started up the band, it was actually a lot of the Christian heavy metal bands, you know, that we were influenced by. In the beginning, it was bands like, you know, Striper and those kind of bands.
Right.
And then when it got a little bit harder, it was Believer and Vengeance Rising and Mortification, and, you know, some of those.
Right. There must be some qualities about these musicians which you appreciate the most.
Yeah, I mean, they all had, you know, their different things, you know. For me personally, like Mortification, there, you know, it was like grind death metal band from Australia, and they really influenced my vocals in the beginning. You know, I really liked his vocals, and it was a huge inspiration to me. But then also we had bands like King's X, doing, you know,
Right.
I don't know if you've heard King's X.
Yes, I have heard.
So it's not really death metal, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were huge influences because of their exceptional, cool harmonies and their melodies and their way of writing songs.
Right.
It was just beautiful. So they have been a huge influence to us for always, you know, since the beginning of the 90s.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, did you ever in your career feel that things would have been less complicated for you guys had you chosen the easier path and went ahead with writing anti-religious songs, because that's what metalheads want?
Yeah. It's say, if the question is if I've thought about it, the answer is yes, I've thought about it. Would maybe that would have gone a little bit more smooth if we were not writing about the love of Christ and about forgiveness and about life. But on the other hand, I don't know, maybe not. It doesn't really matter. To us, it has never been an option to you know, try to be someone that we're not. We have to be ourselves, and this is who we are. So yeah.
Perfect. I appreciate that. Now, you guys are also working on a documentary titled Extol of Light and Shade. So, can you tell us, you know, by far how much work on the film is complete?
Yep. I'm the producer of the film, but it's not like an Extol release or anything. It's a Norwegian production company that makes this documentary. But it's almost done. I can say that it's very close. So hopefully it will start showing on the film festivals all over the world this coming spring, and hopefully also some television on different in different countries, and then it will be a DVD release sometime later 2014.
That's wonderful. Now, ever since Extol announced, you know, about making a documentary, people have been talking about the main motive behind it. I've heard some people say it's going to shed light upon the history of the band and upon the reasons why the band, you know, for the band going into the hiatus. But I've also heard majority of them saying that you guys want to break the ice related to the factors that make both metalheads and Christians oppose the band. So will it be like a blended story of all these factors, or will we, you know, watch in this documentary in this particular motives?
It will be a mix of those. There are many stories in this documentary, and there will also be a little bit difference between the DVD version and the film festival and TV version. The DVD version will be much longer and will go, I guess, deeper in some of the things. Okay. Especially when it comes to history of the band, like chronologic history of the band. Right. DVD will be more about that. But it's like you say, we want to tell the story about Extol. We want to tell some crazy things we've experienced. You know, some Christians that has been doing some silly, stupid stuff because we play metal. Right. And there's been some black metal guys who's done some really silly, stupid stuff because we're Christians. True. And you know, we just want to tell those stories, and also we're going to talk about why we went on hiatus, as you said. It's quite a personal story for me, with ringing in the ear and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good documentary, with good human stories. I think many people will like it, only Extol fans or metal fans, wonderful. But it will be a good film, like a good documentary film. Great. So that covers basically all, I would say, the history of Extol from the beginning till now. I mean, the emotions, the factors, and the different things you guys have faced in your life. Yeah, for sure. Wonderful. Now, as we approach the end of this year, you know, can you look back and tell us how this year has been for you? For me personally,
Yeah, like what all change have you experienced this year in yourself and your band after the reunion?
it's been amazing. You know, just to touch briefly on the reason because of the you know, why we quit the band. I had a really hard time. You know, I got a lot of anxiety, and it was the ringing in the ears, and everything was just a big mess. And it took me many years to get back on track. And to me, just to be back, to be able to do a new album, and you know, the vocals, I'm extremely satisfied with how they turned out. I'm very happy about my in the album, and you know, the cooperation with David and Owais has been great. Everything has been really good. Coming back, the fans, the press, you know. So 2013 has been a, what can I say? It's been a dream. It's been really nice, really nice. And we're so thankful, you know, for everyone that wants to do an interview with us, or for everyone that buys our T-shirts or CDs, or you know, leaving a message on Facebook. You know, it really means a lot to us. So yeah.
Thank you so much again, you know, for talking to us, Peter. It's been great. I really appreciate it, and you know, all your fans and from my entire team in India, we'd like to wish you a good health and hope that you'll get soon.
Thank you very much.
And we also wish you the best with the upcoming documentary, and we also hope you guys perform in India sometime in the future.
That would be awesome. Awesome.
That's great. Any message for the fans down here? They are eager to hear something from you.
Yeah, wow. I would love to come to India. Seriously, it would be awesome. And you know, again, thank you so much for the support. As I said, it means so much to us, you know, to know that people in India, you know, care for our music, and yeah, it's just great. Thank you.